Okay, let's find the surface area of this rectangular box. And obviously, this is the topic of this video. And this particular topic, surface area, is kind of brought up or taught at, let's say, the middle school level, certainly at the high school level of mathematics. So if you're studying, any course, whether it be pre-algebra or some other basic math course or algebra geometry, doesn't make a difference. This is where this particular topic is discussed. I mean, basic surface area, and volume problems. This is even discussed or taught, at in even elementary school. Okay, so I'm going to reinforce some basic concepts behind those things here in a second, and we're going to do this example problem. But first, I'm going to quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher, and over many years, I've constructed what I like to believe is one of the best online math help programs there is. I want to let you be the judge of that. I'm going to leave a link to my math help program in the description of this video. But if you like my teaching style, I really teach completely and comprehensively in my math help program. So you get full, complete lessons, and I solve literally thousands and thousands of problems. Um, so nothing's more frustrating to a math student to do a problem and then only have the answer and not seeing how the solution was derived. Well, in my math help program, I show you how to get the answers to problems, okay? And that's why I have so many videos in my program. But again, you can check that out by following the link in the description. Also, as a math teacher, I just can't emphasize enough the importance of taking notes. So, if you take a look at your current notes right now in your math class, you have to ask yourself, are they, excellent? Would you be, confident that you could study from them or you could give them to someone else and they can learn from them? If they're anything less than that, you need to improve your note taking, okay? But in the meantime, you need something to study from. So I actually offer notes. You can find those in the description of this video as well. Those include pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, and trigonometry. Okay, so let's get into surface area, but before we just talk about surface area alone, let's discuss real quick a review. I'm going to draw this little rectangular box here. The concept of area, then obviously we have surface area, which is a particular type of area, and then we have volume. So these are kind of like the topics that, if you're studying surface area, then chances are you've already talked about area and you're soon going to be talking about volume. Now, let's just talk about what area is. Well, area would be, let me kind of adjust this. Area would be like how much paint or how much material would you need just to cover one side of this little box, okay? So if this height right here was in inches and this right here was in inches, the area of a little box, okay, or a rectangle is length times the width. And you can see we're going to be multiplying inches by inches, so we're going to have inches squared as our unit of measure, okay? But conceptually, this would be an illustration of what area is. But the main thing that you need to remember about any of these problems, area, surface area, and volume, is you need to have the correct units of measure. So for area, it will be units squared. So if this was feet and this is feet, it would be feet squared, inches squared. That's not a little trivial detail. You need to put that down in your answers. Okay, so make sure you have the correct unit of measure, when we're doing these problems. Okay, so what is surface area? Well, it is a form of area, okay, but this is, think of this as wrapping area, wrapping. Now, I'm not talking about rap like, hey, math is great, da, 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 da. You can see that I'm a terrible rapper already because I believe that's spelled R-A-P-I-N-G, right? So that's not what I'm talking about. Wrapping is like how much wrapping paper would it take to wrap this rectangular box. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So, well, how would you do that? Well, we would say, okay, well, I know how to get the area of this side. Well, then I have to get the area of this side underneath it, this side, and this little end right here. So if I get all of those little pieces together and add them all up, I will have my surface area. And that's exactly the problem that we're going to be doing here in a second. So we're going to get to that in one moment. And surface area is just a combination or the sum total of the area of all these little pieces here, okay? So this will also be in units squared, okay? Because we are talking about area, so in this example, if we're dealing with inches, our answer will be in inches squared. All right, well, how about volume? Okay, well, volume is like how much water can this box hold? Let's say it's a shoebox, you took off the top, and you said, hey, let's see if this thing holds some water, and you fill it up with water. That concept is volume. So it's almost like, how much can we fill up something with, right? That's the concept of volume. But volume, its units of measure are going to be cubic, okay? So just know that volume is always in units cubed. So for this example, our volume would be measured in inches cubed. Okay, very important that you have the right units of measure. So if you were to do this problem, let's say we calculated the surface area and it was like 80 inches squared was supposed to be the answer, and you just gave me 80, most math teachers are going to take some points away, -2, depends on how, much of an example they want to, make. But you're likely going to look like this. You're not going to be happy about it because you're like, hey, look, I got the right answer. But listen, conceptually speaking, you need to have the right units of measure. And just imagine if this was a multiple choice test too, right? And you just go real quick and you have 80 inches, 80 inches squared, 80 inches. Well, let's put this inches and let's make this 80 inches cubed. And you just quickly and impulsively said, oh, it's 80. I see 80. It's this one. And you selected that where you were supposed to select 80 inches squared. So got to pay attention to the units of measure. And that's why I wanted to do this quick review. All right, now let's get into this actual problem. And now, hopefully, you'll see that this is just nothing more than a bunch of little mini area problems. Okay, so the area, or the surface area, excuse me, of this rectangular box is simply going to be the sum total of all the little pieces that make up the box. So what do we got? Well, I like to describe it this way. We got a top and a bottom. So that would be the top right here, and then underneath there would be the bottom. So we have a top and a bottom, then we have some sides, right? So right here is a side, then on here, that's another side. Okay, so we kind of covered everything else, but then we got a front and back we got to cover, right? So that would be like the front, and that would be the back. So we have to, really focus on the figure and make sure that we are using the correct units of measure to get the right dimensions and area for these specific pieces. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the top and bottom because the top and the bottom are going to be the same, right? The dimension of the top is 7 by 4. Okay, so the area of the top, which will be the same as the area of the bottom, is going to be 7 times 4. Okay, and we're going to have 2 of those. So that's going to be 28 times 2, so that's 56. Okay, so 56 is my total area coverage for this and this. Now, I know I'm not putting the units of measure right now. I will do that in my final answer. I'm just going to leave this as a numeric value. All right, so I didn't forget that, but you could put that in if you want. I just don't want to squeeze it in, and I want to kind of save myself some room here. All right, so that's the top and the bottom. So we took care of that. Now let's focus on the sides. So the sides, okay, we got to really, watch this here. Let me kind of erase this. Is what? Well, we have 7 here, so if 7 is this length, 7 will be this length, and then we have this height of 3. Okay, so it's going to be 7 times 3 will be the area of this side right here. Okay, but we have 2 of these guys, right? So we have this other side right there. So we're going to have to multiply that by 2. All right, so our size will be 7 times 3, which is 21 times 2, which is 42. All right, so that leaves us the front and back. So that's this part and this part right here. So just looking at that, what is that? That's going to be 4 by 3. 4 times 3 is 12, right? Well, give me the area of one of these guys, but we have 2 of them. We have a front and back. And so that's going to be 12 times 2, which is 24. Okay, let me go and scroll down here. All right, so this is really not difficult, right? I mean, it's just a matter of taking your time and make sure you account for all sides. Clearly, if you want to construct a rectangular box, it's going to require 6 pieces to do that, right? We got 4 that go around this way, and then we have the two, the front and back, if you will. So now the surface area is going to be the sum total of all these pieces that we found. So that'd be 56, 42, and 24. So that's 122, but 122 what? Inches squared. Okay, so correct units of measure, and this is a pretty basic example of surface area, and that is the correct answer. Now, you could have a variety of different type of uh, figures, right? You could have a cylinder. Okay, let's say right here, like a cylinder, okay, like a can looking thing, and you wanted to find the surface area. It's still, conceptually speaking, the wrapping area. Okay, how much would you have to, you know, wrapping paper, if you will, to wrap this? Well, you got a top and you got a bottom, and then you have all the sides here. So clearly, we're going to have to use some uh, formulas about circles and circumference and areas of circles, etc. So finding the surface area can definitely involve formulas for other objects, okay? But the concept itself, all right, is still going to be measured in units squared, okay? That's why it's so important to not mix up these concepts between surface area, and volume. Okay, so hopefully this little video was helpful to you, and if it was, I would certainly like you to help me out by smashing that like button. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, hopefully you'll consider subscribing. If you like my teaching style, I already have hundreds of videos on my channel organized in various playlists that will help you out. But my best resources will be the things that you'll find in the description of this video, okay? So my main thing that I really like to stress and when I end these videos is watching math is not the same thing as doing math. So don't, when you watch these little tutorials and you're like, okay, I understand. Okay, well, if you don't actually do a problem by yourself, it's not going to stick. Okay, so don't get comfortable, even if you understand what's going on, because it's very deceiving. Math, when you're learning math, you could watch someone explain it and you could be following along, going, I get that, I get that, I get that. I understand that, and I bet you I can even do it. Well, unless you actually do it and actually practice, it's not going to really stick. Okay, you're not going to retain it. All right, so you got to practice math. All right, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.